It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a duel in the Lone Star State. It's the Rams and the Texans, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017, we are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Brennan Gordon alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis and CD. In the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field the defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game, and if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
From Houston. Here's Desmond King on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Let's go. And the Texans set to take over on offense, and we see them led out by their veteran quarterback in his 11th season in the NFL, but first in the Lone Star State, Tyrod Taylor.
His athleticism in college was never in question. In fact, many NFL scouts thought he might be better suited to play receiver, but always believed in himself, always wanted to be a quarterback, and continues to prove his worth at that position in the NFL.
On first down, it's Taylor. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Here's Johnson, going to get the handoff. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. And he finds Danny Amendola. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give him 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a handoff, Johnson, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's Johnson again on 2nd down, and he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense draws.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Now Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Aaron Donald with a sack.
And in 2020, this unit was again one of the best defenses in the NFL. They can bring a lot of heat with their pass rush. As a group, they finished with 53 sacks last season, second only to the Steelers' 56, and a lot of it was interior pressure.
The Texans' new punter for 2021, Cameron Johnston, on to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Quarterback Matthew Stafford bringing out the L.A. offense. And Stafford, of course, all those years in Detroit, and now in his first season with Los Angeles.
And what big news it was back in January when news leaked out that Matthew Stafford was leaving Detroit and heading out west to join the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are hoping he's the missing piece to the puzzle as they seek a Super Bowl title. Over 45,000 yards passing as a Lion, but not a single playoff victory in his entire tenure. The Rams general manager has said he can envision Stafford staying 5 to 8 years, which would take him into his 40s.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. This is caught. It's Woods. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Stafford, and that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
As
a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Aaron Donald, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
13.5 sacks in 2020, which tied for second in the NFL behind T.J. Watt of Pittsburgh. We're getting to that territory where we're starting to take this man for granted. Defensive Player of the Year, 3 out of the last 4 seasons in the NFL.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Taylor, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Aaron Donald picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. 3rd and long, Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Dumping it off for Johnson. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Stafford. And that's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Stafford. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield and coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Desmond King back deep. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Now the quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, is our focus here in this player spotlight. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins, we talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. But guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
Because they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Taylor to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
On 3rd down, Taylor. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
The chain, 2nd and 12. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Henderson will try and run for the first. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
On first down, Stafford here. And this is going to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves, that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They missed a field goal earlier, so possibly as a result, that's why they're going to try to go for it here on 4th down. Henderson going to run for it. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd and 2. On the handoff, Henderson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now Henderson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Here's Stafford. And his throw is incomplete.
I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers in the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. On the draw, this is Henderson. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Desmond King now to return it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. And here's David Johnson in the Houston offense yet again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
From the 22, Taylor. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over it that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll check this down to Johnson. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up fourth.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on third down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, but it's going to be second down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And it's third down.
Here's Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Here we go.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. Throwing again is Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
At the Texans' 4-yard line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Henderson. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Rams add on to their lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. On the return, here's King. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down. This one might be going the other way. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Check. Mike, go. Here we go, D.
They'll throw on first down with Taylor. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 27. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Taylor. Forced out to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Tyrod Taylor taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom. end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down, L.A.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Jonathan Grenard.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now a handoff, Henderson, and he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Stafford. That'll be caught by Cup.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and trying to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Working with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, a give to Henderson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Malik Collins able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now and they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack, and they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts. One of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Taylor. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Aaron Donald getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush.
That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Third and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Taylor. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Coyote Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now it's Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
And a good grab there by Cooper Kupp. Picks up a 1st down for the Rams. And Kupp's gone over the 90 reception mark each of the last 2 years. One of the best route runners, one of the most precise route runners in the NFL. He's really going to help his new quarterback, Matthew Stafford.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Stafford. He's got Higbee complete right side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the 1st down.
2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. And they're staring up at a 3rd and long. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams. And they were able to have some success throwing the football against the secondary. Look for that to continue as they try to break this deadlock. Meanwhile, for the Texans, we get a look at their numbers on the ground in that first half, as they'll be looking to rev things up here in a tie ball game.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 27, Stafford. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
And that is incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this 3rd quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Taylor will throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Taylor. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's going to go deep for Conley. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to. And if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Back to throw, Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Every now and then, you have some volleyball training actually comes into play as a defender. When a ball's tipped in the air, nice play by the defense, got a hand on it, but when it's in the air, it's up for grabs. And too many times in this league, we've seen great plays happen for an offense as a result of a ball tipped in the air. So what you really want to do is be that guy who comes off the back line and spikes it, knocks it to the ground. Don't let him have that opportunity.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A handoff to Johnson on the option. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe they'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down L.A.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Stafford here. And he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And that's a first down for the Rams after the catch there by Robert Woods. And he's coming off a back-to-back 90-catch seasons. I've always admired his game. Throw it to him, hand it to him. He blocks downfield. A complete receiver that doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. On the counter, it's Henderson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
Second and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot on the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with an INT. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Houston set to take over. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. After the missed kick, they're in really good position. They'll begin this drive at the 39 now. On first down, it's Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47.
Taylor's pass. Intercepted.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Shut him down! Let's do this! Let's go!
So first and 10 now from the 30. Here's Henderson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
From the 25 on second down, Stafford, throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. This one to the left to Higbee. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They hand off to their big tight end. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods on the touchdown throw from Matthew Stafford. And the Rams have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. 5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. To return it now, here's King. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the quarterback, Tyrod Taylor, is our focus here in this player spotlight. And he has not really been able to have a lot of comfort back there in the pocket. Pressure's been coming at him a lot, hasn't it?
And they've got to figure out how to tamp down that pressure. How do they decrease it? Is it getting rid of the football quicker? You know, shorter drops? Maybe they do something different with their pass blocking and their protection schemes. Maybe you meet them on the line of scrimmage instead of retreating to try and protect your quarterback. They've got to figure something out, though, because you cannot let your guy get hit that much, not if you intend to win.
Yeah, I know they'd like to erase that video and those 4 sacks that they've seen so far. Dumping it off for Johnson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. To throw is Taylor. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They go play action now. Taylor. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
51 the mic, boy, 51.
Now Taylor. Steps away to his left. And Taylor will slide to a halt with a first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. Conley's got it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the red zone now, here's Taylor on 1st down. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Ouch, could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
On 2nd down, Taylor. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this incomplete, oh my. He might have been celebrating in the end zone if he'd held on. Nearly picked, but instead, it'll bring up 4th down.
Kylie Fairbairn on for the field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. From the 6. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. A give for Henderson running to the right. They find some open field here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Throwing is Stafford. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second down, it's Henderson, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Play action, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Throwing on second and long. Stafford. And he's going to lose yardage here. As they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play.
Texans 13.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Stafford now to throw. He's got this to the tight end, Hopkins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Now Taylor on first down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And it It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. He got out of bounds, that's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. L.A. set to take over again on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's taken in by Henderson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1st down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Stafford. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And I think really good defenders can sniff out those screen passes. Just something that they can feel, something that they can sense about how the quarterback drops back or how the linemen are just a little slow to block the oncoming rushers. He read it perfectly, got in there, and made the play.
A 46-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. On the return, here's King. Well, now how about this return? And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
4 yards remain for 2nd down. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They go to Johnson again. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Taylor on 4th down. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 16. On the carry is Henderson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows a coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe it'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Flush to his right. And he'll slide to a hold here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Akins. And he is going to have the Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a 1st.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. That catch good for only a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On that play, it was the defense in front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
On the option, they go with Johnson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. Johnson. And did he get in? Yes, they say it's a touchdown. David Johnson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll run with Henderson here to begin the drive. Gets around him. And nice yardage right off the bat here as he's up to about the 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, back to Henderson. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 73 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Stafford. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
Here's second and 10. On the handoff, Henderson. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now Taylor. And his pass incomplete. So he was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Taylor. Connecting with Johnson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing now is Taylor. And that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made, in my estimation.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. L.A. set to take over again on offense. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Stafford now to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Malik Collins able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Out of the gun, they give to Henderson. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact. Not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Desmond King now to return it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. First throw in overtime now for Taylor. Caught here by Conley. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Leonard Floyd was the number 9 overall pick in 2015 by the Chicago Bears out of the University of Georgia. Spent 4 seasons with Chicago, but had his best year yet with the Los Angeles Rams in 2020. A career high, 10.5 sacks.
Here's Cameron Johnston now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. Gets through, and now an opening. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 86 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Now Stafford with his first throw of OT. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Taylor on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. This being their second opportunity in overtime, third overall drive. See if they can settle into a rhythm.
And that's what you're looking for. Get a few first downs, move the ball downfield, have some confidence, get yourself in a spot where you can at least kick a field goal to win it. But I tell you this, if I'm the play caller, I'm looking at that part of my sheet that says playmakers. Get the ball in their hands, critical situation, now's their time.
2nd and 10. Now Taylor. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Taylor. He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored, that's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let the team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Gotta be careful though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickel and dime down the field.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Then he'll find his target, Woods. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
On first down, it's Stafford. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big first down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that first down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course, you got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On 3rd down, here's Henderson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And we will play on here in overtime. Well, when you get that ball in OT, that's not the chance you envision. And the long field goal attempt here winds up lacking.
And you don't want to hang too much of this on your kicker, but he's going to leave you in a tough spot as well, because you give your opponents excellent field position to start their first drive.
And now out comes Houston. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game, because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Taylor. Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. Terrell Lewis in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now a 2nd down and 6. They run once more with Henderson. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun, Stafford.
That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Houston set to take over.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Taylor incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Taylor. Pass incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Taylor will throw. Looking deep now for Amendola. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run on first down. It's Henderson, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now a play fake it at Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Here we go. Here we go.
A gain of 32 that time.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just saw receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the defense as they'll burn their final one here and let that kicker stay out and think about it a bit more. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.